Attendance today, and also for everyone watching from home. I'm Tyson McCatton, Director of Communications here. Very exciting day here at the University of Maine because we have the privilege to introduce the 23rd coach in the history of our men's basketball program, to welcome him here today. Not just welcome him back, welcome him home to the University of Maine. We're very excited to have him here with us today. To get things started, I'm going to hand it off to Director of Athletics, Ken Ralph.
Somebody felt bad and started the pity applause? That works just fine. What a turnout. This is great. This is good. It's good to see everybody. And it's always fun to gather for exciting and positive and energizing news. And so I really appreciate you all coming here today. And got a few welcomes I want to do, a few thank yous I want to do, and then I want to walk you through kind of what the process was, and then we'll introduce you to Chris. But the first big welcomes are obviously to Ashley. Welcome home. It's great to have you here. And to London and Malia. You're now Maine girls. We're very excited about that. So you're going to look good in blue. I promise. You're going to look good in blue. Also want to say welcome and hello to Brian Stanchek. And unfortunately, Lewis Preston was here as well. They're agents with BDS Agency, which represents Chris. This might be the first time in the history of Division I hire that an athletic director actually thanked agents. But they were really a pleasure to work with. And I think they knew they had somebody special in Chris as a client. And they're every bit as excited for him as Chris is to get started. And it's just wonderful to see. Also, big welcome to Coach Chappelle. Skip Chappelle's in the room today. Coach, good to see you here. I know you're excited. See another Mainer take over your Black Bear program. So thanks for joining us. Good to see you. Couple thank yous to get through. I need to thank the search committee, Amy Vachon, Matt Curtis, TJ Englund, and Tyson McCatton. Search committees can be a heavy lift. There's a lot of data to sift through. There's a lot of emotions. There's a lot of external and internal influences you deal with. And I just thought the committee did a great job in making sure we stayed focused on what we needed to accomplish as a group. And not only that, but understanding what both our short-term and long-term goals were for the program and ensuring that we stayed true to that as we went through the process, got down to our short list, got to our interviews, and made a final selection. Would also like to thank President Joan Freeney Mundy. She was not able to be here, but incredibly supportive through the process, allowed us to move on our timeline and signed off on everything for us. So just very appreciative we were able to do that. I know rapid searches are not something that's comfortable in higher education, so we just really are grateful that she was able to work within our timeline. I also think it's important to thank Jay and Kyle and Mike and Lance. I know I put you guys in such a difficult situation back a month ago. Appreciate your efforts and your professionalism, your energy all the way through. You guys got us through the end of the year with some good energy and some positive direction, and just really appreciate what you did for us. So the process of the search was, we cast a pretty wide net. We knew intentionally that we wanted to go out and recruit some candidates, and we also wanted to see who else might be interested. We generated a lot more interest than I ever thought we would. We had more than 120 inquiries. Not everybody went through the whole process of that, but we ended up with probably 80 or so actionable resumes, of which 44 met our stated criteria. We had great representation from a diversity, equity, inclusion perspective throughout it. Of our 44 actionable resumes, 17 were from candidates of color. And as we look at our campus-wide efforts in those areas, I was really grateful to see that. We narrowed that list down pretty significantly and ended up doing screening calls on about a dozen candidates, did formal interviews with the final 3, and then made our final selection. I think it's become pretty well known now that I was down in Boston a few weeks back to get a chance to sit with Chris personally, because he and I had only met one time. It was over a Zoom call with a bunch of other basketball alums. We didn't really know each other. I certainly knew the name, and I'd been following his career, as we do with all of our alums who are out in coaching. And it I needed to find out if he's head coaching material, and well, he answered that question pretty fast. It was a great meeting. It was one of the most comfortable first-time meetings I've ever been part of, and I think we probably spent an hour and a half or so together, and it went by and felt like 10 minutes, and it felt great. And I knew Chris had to be involved in the process. As we went through the final look at resumes and as we went through the interviews, Chris just emerged as a great choice. He just has, like I said in a quote the other day, he's got everything you're looking for in a basketball coach at Maine. He was an outstanding player, which I think everybody knows. I think it's pretty well documented what he did in high school and college. His coaching career has taken him to some very successful places. He was on the last really good Maine teams. He was part of 3 20-plus win teams in Vermont. He was part of conference championship teams and multiple postseason teams at Northeastern. And then I think everybody sees what happened at Boston College this year in the turnaround that Boston College made, and how competitive they were in the ACC and the run they made through the tournament is all pretty special. So there's absolutely no holes you can punch in that resume. It's pretty exciting stuff. But the biggest thing is that nobody in the process convinced us they wanted to be at Maine more than Chris. This meant more to him, this place, these people, this environment. It's a place he knows. It's a place he loves. It's a place that he knows that he's going to have the support necessary to do the heavy lift that comes with being a Division I basketball coach. And that's important. I mean, there's a lot of places you can go that maybe you don't have the support of the entire community. Maybe you're a little bit more on your own, but I think Chris understands that coming to Maine, he's got a lot of people that are here to support him. He's got a lot of people here that are going to be rooting for him, and a lot of people that are going to be going crazy to give him everything he needs to be successful here. And that's something really, really important to all of us. And we've never been to the NCAA tournament. We've never been in that bracket. But we talk about that day, and it's going to come. And we all want to be here for it. We all want to celebrate on that day. And I know for a fact that Chris Markwood wants to be the head coach when that happens, and it's going to be more to him than anybody else, because he knows that this is his home, that this is his team, that this is his university. Chris has always been a Black Bear, all the way down to his core, and it feels good to be able to welcome him home. So I'd like to introduce the next coach of the University of Maine Black Bears, Chris Markwood.
Wow, this is overwhelming. Feels amazing to be back. I want to thank everybody for coming out today. As Ken said, didn't really know what to expect with this turnout, but to see a lot of familiar faces, Ann Maxim, Skip Chappelle, people that have really helped me in my development here as a student athlete, as well as a basketball coach. It's a great feeling and an amazing sight. First and foremost, I'm extremely honored, humbled, and very excited to be named the next men's basketball coach here at my alma mater. This is a full circle moment for me and for my family. This place means the world to me. This state means the world to me. And to be able to represent the state of Maine here in this basketball program is truly a dream come true. I'm a firm believer in that things happen for a reason. And this, to me, is just another example of God's plan and His grace in putting me in this position at this podium today, as well as in place with this basketball program in the phase that it's in. I couldn't be more excited to partner with all the student athletes that are here to help get this thing rolling back in the right direction. I have a lot of people that I want to thank, too many probably, so I'm going to have to leave some people out, which I apologize. But first want to thank President Farini Mundy, Ken Ralph, the whole hiring committee, Amy, TJ, Matt, Tyson, for the very smooth process that you guys put me through with this. It was an amazing process. Been through other searches before, But this one was just so comfortable for me, and want to specifically thank Ken for the professionalism and how you ran the search from my side of things. Giving me the space while I'm going through the end of my season over the last couple weeks was very important to me. I wanted to finish off my duties at Boston College the right way, and not everybody allows you to do that, so I really appreciate that, Ken. I also want to thank the committee for your open and honest communication, all the information you gave me throughout, as well as everybody else within the department that I spoke to. It really helped me make the best decision of my life in coming back home. I'd also like to thank the BDS agency, which Ken talked about, my team, Brian Stanchek, Lewis Preston, for all your help, all your guidance, all your mentorship through the last couple weeks, but also over the last couple years since I signed on with you guys. You guys have been truly amazing for me and a huge resource, and I can't thank you enough. Coach Preston had to leave. He was here throughout the morning. He's known me since I was 18 years old. He was on the staff at Notre Dame when I first committed there. And to have his mentorship throughout the time, the last 20 years, 20 plus years, has been truly special to me. As someone who's been in the game of basketball since I was 5 years old, there's been a lot of coaches, a lot of mentors that have had a huge impact on my playing career, on my coaching career, and on my life in general. And I want to thank all of them. But some specific ones, starting with my high school coaches, Tony Tobias, who was my head coach at South Portland High School, one of the best to ever do it in this state. Carl Parker, who was my AAU coach, who a lot of you guys know well. Two old school guys that really instilled a winning mentality and a toughness in me that helped prepare me to get to the next level of college basketball, which was always a dream of mine as a young kid. I want to thank my college coaches, Mike Bray, John Giannitti, Ted Woodward, for all the lessons learned and for pushing me to be the best person, best player I could be on and off the court, and most importantly, helping prepare me for the next phase of my life after college, the real world. I want to thank all the coaches who I've worked for and all the staffs that I've worked with. As Ken noted, I'm extremely blessed to work with the people that I've worked with since I got into this business at 23, 24 years old. I want to thank Ted Woodward specifically. He's the one that gave me the opportunity. Bill Cohen, that's my guy. Sorry, I didn't know I'd be this emotional. Bill Cohen has been a father figure to me. Everybody knows he's an amazing coach, in my mind, one of the best in the country. And it is under his tutelage for those 7 years where I feel like I really developed the most as a basketball coach. And under his guidance is where I knew I was ready for this opportunity. And I can't thank him enough for everything he did for me and my family. I want to thank Earl Grant, head coach of Boston College, for giving me the chance to fulfill a lifelong dream and to coach at the highest level of college basketball in the ACC at Boston College. He is a tremendous role model for myself, for his players, an amazing leader, relationship builder, and program builder. And again, I think me being there this past year wasn't a coincidence. I think it was preparing me for the next phase of my career. And I'm excited to watch him and the BC program and all those players ascend to prominence, both in the ACC and on the national scene. I also want to thank former players, all my former players and student athletes that I've had the fortune of working with. I want to thank you for allowing me to be a small part of your journey. As a coach, any coaches that are in here, you guys know the best part of our jobs is getting to know you guys, helping you chase your goals and your dreams. And I've been fortunate to be around a lot of them, from Maine all the way through to Boston College, and I cannot wait. Extremely excited to work with you guys here. I want to thank my parents, my in-laws who are here as well. Thank you for your unconditional love and support, and most importantly, your encouragement for me to chase my dreams. Without you guys, none of this is possible. To my family, my beautiful daughters, London and Malia, who are sitting up here in the front with smiles from ear to ear, mostly because they're excited to find bananas or pet this bear over here. I'm not really about this conversation. I love you guys. You're both moms and mine, our motivation, our joy, our pride, our world. I love you guys. The next one, Ashley, she doesn't need much of an introduction. I'm sure some of you want to hear from her instead of me. Thank you, babe, for all your support. You're our superhero. She holds it down. You guys know being a coach's wife is not easy. It's really hard. They have to sacrifice a lot. They have to deal with a lot on their own while we're on the road. And I couldn't ask for a better partner in crime through this whole journey. And I'm very excited about this next phase here back at our alma mater and back home. Now on to the fun stuff. What's this program going to look like? First and foremost, it's going to be built on character, integrity, humility, gratitude for where we're at, and community. We're going to play the right way. Be disciplined, highly detailed, and we're going to be selfless. Offensively, it's going to be a fun style to play, playing and a fun style to watch. All right? We want to get out and be opportunistic in transition, look to score early before the defense gets set. If that's not there, we're going to flow seamlessly into a motion-based pro-style offense, predicated on great spacing, great player and ball movement, and a lot of motion concepts, ball screens, handoffs, different ways to create advantages to get you guys to get the highest percentage shot. Most importantly, we're going to be hard to guard, make teams guard multiple actions, and constantly work for the best shot on the floor. Defensively, we're going to play an in-your-face, tough, hard-nosed, half-court, man-to-man defense. Heavy ball pressure, 4 guys loaded up behind it, make people play 1-on-5, take tough contested jump shots. I think it's a style and a formula that's built to win. It's proven. And it's going to help put us in position to compete for championships within the America East. I think it's also a style that you guys are going to really enjoy, and it's going to help develop you through your time here to be the best players you can be here, but also to attain your goals of playing professional basketball if that's what you want to do afterwards. It's going to put you in the best position for that as well. Lastly, to the team, you guys that are here, I feel for you guys. You're going through a really hard transition right now, as we talked about on the Zoom the other day. I want you guys to know that I'm here for you. I'm here to support you in any way I possibly can. I'm here to pour into you and help you through this process. And I can't put into words how excited I am to get to work with you guys and start to roll our sleeves up and get after it. And we're going to get a chance to talk more about that later this afternoon. To the alumni, a lot of whom have reached out, whether through phone calls or texts, I'm excited to be home. I'm excited to represent you guys to the best of my ability. Can't wait to build something that we can all be proud of, and can't wait to get everybody involved. Lastly, I just want to once again thank everybody for coming out. Would love to answer any questions you guys might have after. But again, can't stress enough how excited I am to be home. Go Black Bears.
All right, so that concludes this portion of our program. To the media here, like Chris said, he'll be available for any questions that you may have after the fact. Once again, I'd like to thank everyone here for coming. This is a tremendous turnout. It's great to see everyone here to support Chris in the men's basketball program. And to everyone watching at home, thank you for tuning in. So for one last time, we'll welcome Chris Markwood, our next head coach.